Welcome, everybody, to episode 6 of the Backstage Brawl podcast. Today, we are celebrating 25 years of Triple H, just like WWE, right?
Are we?
Right? No,
we
not
should
really.
be. We should be.
My name is Strunk.
I'm AJ.
And I'm 30.
And tonight, we're going to cover Raw, NXT, AEW, talk about any news going on, some of the stuff in the world of professional wrestling, how awesome Vince McMahon is. And
he's the best. God.
He's a fucking scumbag.
And we'll go from there. So, overall thoughts on wrestling this week. How much did you guys actually get to watch, and how much did you actually read?
I watched 2 of the shows. You can guess probably which 2.
Yeah, not NXT.
Actually, I did watch NXT, and I regret it because honestly, that was the worst show this week.
I watched the first 2 hours of Raw, and I watched AEW. It's been a light week for me, so I had more free time than normal. I was gonna watch NXT, and then I heard that, I didn't watch the first 20 minutes, and then Finn Balor was ruled out for that match, and I was like, literally, you just lost your ratings for the week right there.
Yep.
So
I don't know if he was in attendance.
He wasn't.
I didn't get. Okay.
No, he can't fly back from the. That's why Pete Dunne has what's his name defending with him, because people can't fly in from the EU.
That's what I thought. Okay. So same for me. I've had all 3 shows on in the background at some point or another during the week. Didn't pay much attention to any of them, to be honest with you. We discussed earlier in the week about doing a podcast on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I am struggling with the product right now. All of it is just, it's hard without fans, man. It's a struggle for me. I just
well, according to Vince, it's not the fans that you're missing. It's the old talent. Don't worry. You'll get used to the new talent.
Because and I quote, of course, we don't have Brock Lesnar right now, so the ratings are down.
Oh my God.
No, he literally said that.
He's verbatim. Yeah. We don't have Brock Lesnar right now, so obviously the ratings are down.
Or you can't keep your hardcore wrestling fans to watch anymore either, because
we got fucking an hour and a half with Zelina Vega and her posse.
I'm not mad about that still. They're doing a shitty job of getting them over, but I'm not mad at Zelina Vega being on the TV for a multitude of reasons.
Which of the 3 shows did you think had the best this week? Raw, SmackDown, or Dynamite? Or SmackDown, I'm sorry.
Raw, NXT, and Dynamite?
Yeah.
We've just been avoiding SmackDown. It's like what I don't understand.
Honestly, I'd probably rather watch SmackDown than Raw lately, but
so quick tangent, really quick. They were talking about how SmackDown has stayed concurrent with their ratings and Raw's plummeted. So why would you use SmackDown as the show to do all your special Triple H, memory night, Triple H anniversary night? Yeah. When
they get the ratings up.
Yeah, I think it's more important to them to celebrate or to pump up the Fox ratings than it is USA. USA is a long time affiliate with WWE. They're gonna go stick through them through the good and the bad.
Well, and you got to think USA. It's still USA's #1 show.
Yeah, they can
by
do
far
1.6 and it's still the #1 show.
Yeah,
it just doesn't feel right because Triple H was the mainstay on Raw for 10 years.
I agree.
He was the big bad on Raw from 2000.
Well, he's obviously going to physically be on SmackDown tonight, and there were rumors or rumblings of a former talent showing up to do something. So,
like Shawn Michaels
or The Rock, but
The Rock, no way, no. Okay,
you couldn't pay The Rock to show up in front of no fans, no way.
So I'm gonna double back to Ferdy's question because I have to bite my tongue when I say it, but I do believe Dynamite had the best show this week by a lot.
They did have the best wrestling matches, yeah.
They just had the best show, and I think NXT could have had a better show, but we'll go into that. I just think that show was fucking everywhere. So
I have to say though, I still think Velveteen Dream is the best thing on any wrestling program at all right now.
Did you see what happened with him today?
Yeah,
that can't be real, right?
It could be real.
So he said that he posted on Twitter and he said that I guess something photo was stolen of his.
Oh, I was talking about the
Oh, okay. What are we talking? Which one are you talking? I'm talking about the inappropriate.
there was a text message, or there was someone recorded their screenshot of DMs with him. Did you see this, AJ?
And there's a minor, yeah.
And he's talking to a minor, and she asked to hear his voice, and he sends her a voice recording, and the question is, what school do you go to? And it sounds like him, but there's nothing is confirmed that it's him or not. But
I mean,
I hope that
regardless. So didn't that happen to Rich Swann? And Rich Swann was found innocent.
Yeah. He did. And Dream is young, so if this girl's 17, 18 years old, like Dream is 22, 23. Like, I mean,
so that makes it okay.
Well, in some places,
Florida
16
does.
to 24, 16 to 24 is the law. So, technically, whether he should be doing that or not, is a whole different type of debate. But legally speaking, it may not be relevant.
Yeah, I mean, he's 24.
So
that's a little past the age of consent law in Florida, pretty.
16 to 24.
16 to 24.
Is it 16 to 24?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's still creepy. Let's just throw that out there. Let's not say it's not. It's definitely I don't think it was him either way. But if it is him, then it's fucked up. But
he was arrested last year for smashing a car window, so he's not an angel.
And he was kicked off, or he lost Tough Enough because of his attitude. So we know he has some outside the ring issues. I was just hoping, once his dream, we haven't really heard much about it since the Dream character has been invented. So, I was hoping maybe he got his shit together, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, we're not, no one's casting blame yet. We don't know it was him. We don't know what was going on. So we'll let the chips fall where they may, and we'll go from there. Raw had a ton of matches this week. I mean, a ton of matches. It was a wrestling show, which does not happen super often. So
yeah, they said that until the fans come back, they're gonna be light on promos and high on matches.
Which it should be. I wouldn't say it should be the opposite, but they should definitely work on the promos.
The promos have been great.
Honestly. Been fantastic.
Better, for sure.
But the issue is going to be is if they're going to keep using filler talent. Like I'm not going to call them squash talent because that's not fair to them.
Undercard NXT talent is what they're using.
Yeah, so if they're going to keep doing that, then I honestly don't care what you use. The time's going to suck. I mean, like AEW, I think had one squash match this week. Maybe two. Yeah, Kenny Omega squashed somebody.
Well, they technically had
a cool match, though.
They technically had two. But I'm glad you said that. The two differences between AEW and like a WWE squash match is they actually let the guy come out in an entrance, and they actually let him get a few moves in. Like WWE, it's 30 seconds squash.
Because he's an actually signed talent, like the guy who fought Kenny Omega, the guy who fights in the squash match in WWE. They're like, hey, you want to make $500?
Right, and I will tell you, like, there's a time and place for those 30-second squash matches.
Correct. Yeah, 100%.
When they did it with Braun, when they're doing it with Shayna Baszler right now, I'm okay with that.
Just fine. Like, it's fine if you don't do more than like 2 or 3.
But if you have 9 matches on your card and 6 of them are 30-second squashes, it's like, okay, so we spent the entire program watching entrances. Cool.
And
you could be doing something cool with promos.
And we'll jump into Raw here in a second, but not to jump around. You said we kind of screw SmackDown and we don't talk about it at a time, but I'll tell you.
I'm not mad about it.
No, I'll tell you tonight the two promos or the 2 advertisements that I've seen was Corbin versus
Elias.
No, Elias is actually legit hurt. Corbin versus PowerPoint guy, Drew Gulak, and Sonya Deville confronts Mandy again. Like, I could give 2 shits about any of that. So, why am I gonna pay attention to SmackDown?
Well, the Mandy and Sonya Deville stuff's interesting. At least
it's fine. It's just not going. I mean, I think it would play out better in front of a crowd for sure.
Correct. Because people actually are into it. I mean, the YouTube numbers say it, but I think as long as you put Deville over at the end, I would be okay with it. But
Mandy's going over. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's sad though because like Sonya's proven like
she's
she can
awesome.
cut promos. Yeah, like nobody like she's been standing in the background of this Mandy storyline for like 4 months.
Right.
And all of a sudden like she's like talking and everybody's like, holy shit, she can actually do this. And everybody's like, why are we cheering for Mandy all of a sudden? Because like obviously Mandy's the WWE
prototype
cookie cutter. She's I'm not gonna repeat what I've said. In
She's great
podcast
too, though. But
because we're publicizing this podcast, so I'm gonna try to bite my tongue.
She's great too, though. But
yeah, she's great in like the stereotypical diva way.
Right. Yeah.
And Sonya Deville's different. She's like a Becky Lynch. She's not
fair.
a well endowed blonde woman that Vince likes.
Fair enough.
She's different, so she would stick out as a better. Like Bailey matches that too, which is why Bailey's such a good champion. I think Bailey and Sasha.
Right.
So she'd fit right into that mold, as opposed to the Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, Liv Morgan,
Charlotte.
who else? Scarlett, Charlotte.
Right.
You keep going there.
Candice LeRae.
Not anymore.
Speaking of Candice LeRae,
yeah.
Can't wait to get to
Anyway.
that.
All right, let's do this. Let's run through the matches quickly on Raw, and then maybe talk a little bit about Money in the Bank, and then we can move on to NXT and AEW. We kick off Raw with a Austin Theory versus Aleister Black Money in the Bank qualifying match. I said this last week. Theory obviously picked up a quick win last week just to get a little bit of credibility. The biggest surprise about this match, in my opinion, Aleister Black picking up the win, but the interaction between him and Zelina on screen. I was a little shocked to see that, and they kind of, they totally kayfabing that up. So
it's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what we talked about that last week, didn't we? Have the possibility of her being on camera,
right?
And I said I don't know if they'll allow her in the shot with her guys with him.
She screamed at him and yelled at him and called him names, so it was pretty interesting. I bet they're having fun working together.
You left the fucking toilet seat up, you bastard! You're sleeping on the couch if you win this match, Vince. I gotta go, dude. I got a Tempur-Pedic.
Happy wife, happy life.
It's one of those Casper matches, bro. I'm not sleeping on the couch.
So Aleister Black picks up the win there, no surprise. Next we get Shayna Baszler versus Indy Hartwell. Who is an NXT talent. So, again.
For now.
But, right. One of those little squash matches. They stop the match again. Shayna Baszler gets the win. And then she does a really cool spot with the ladder in the arm. I don't know if you actually got to catch that, but she puts her arm in a ladder outside the ring against the stairs and kicks it. And it looks pretty cool. Damn vicious. It was a pretty cool spot.
Yeah. That's the thing she got to do with Shayna Baszler. She's kind of boring, I guess, in a sense to watch, but her character is awesome. So little spots like that make these matches better, or just her character better. Because watching her wrestle for 15, 30 minutes is boring, in my opinion.
Because she's a technical wrestler?
Yeah, but you can make that. Daniel Bryan is a great technical wrestler. I like watching him, but she's just boring.
She's a black hole of charisma.
I guess, yeah, I don't know.
I'll say it again. She's just not entertaining.
Okay, there you go. She's just not entertaining. I don't mind like awesome technical wrestling matches, but when you're boring
it takes
a
very good opponent to make her matches entertaining. I'm not saying she's bad at what she does at any point in time, but you need an Asuka. You need a even her matches with Ember Moon were really good. But you have to have an entertaining opponent. You can't have her. She does not come across well in squash matches. Let's put it that way.
Correct. Yeah.
Luckily, they don't last long.
Right. Well, every squash match is meant to make somebody look good, and most of the people who do squash matches can't actually wrestle. So.
Right. That's fair.
Sure. Fair.
Like, you remember, what's his name? Lars Sullivan? He did like 5 squash matches before he got in trouble for being in a porno or something.
Well,
he's a homophobe, but let's.
Well, real quick, did you guys hear that they're talking that he could be the hacker?
No. We can get into that here in a little bit, but they actually
that dude eats crayons. He's not hacking anything.
They actually have 2 people, and they've descrambled the voices, and they've actually pulled up previous audio of them saying the exact same words.
If it's, we'll talk about it when you want to get to it, but if it is who I think the second voice is, it would be awesome in a sense.
Yeah, they're we can talk about it now. They're talking about it being Ali, obviously, and then being Chad Gable.
And then the second one was oh my God,
Ali and Chad Gable.
No. Okay, so there's 3 then, because there's 3 here. I'll have to pull it up, but it's New Day. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Xavier Woods
is a third one. Yeah.
You're gonna stick him in another stable after you break up the New Day?
Well, why it wouldn't be a stable? Well, that's the thing is they're saying, is it going to be a stable? Are they just doing it with different people, just throw people off, or what? But yeah.
Or just like GTV, they actually have no idea where they're going with it, and they were just using it for the Mandy Rose segment, and it'll disappear.
Let's be honest. That's probably the WWE's MO. Yeah.
And even if they do something with it, Ollie and Chad Gable are going to come out. And
If it's those two, I'm okay with. I think that's awesome. Give them something to do.
Yeah, make them a tag team though. Don't they have?
They'd be exciting as a tag team.
They have to go the route that they went with the Bar, and not the route that they're going with this next match, which is Ricochet and Cedric Alexander, and just putting two talents together. They actually made Sheamus and Cesaro a tag team. This Ricochet and Cedric Alexander
after a rivalry. Yeah, it was great actually.
Yeah, so I mean, if they're gonna actually make them a tag team, I'm okay with it. But if they're gonna just put two single stars together and call them a tag team for a while,
Ricochet and Cedric Alexander better watch their ass with Grumpy Vince backstage.
That's the next match, right?
Yep. So up next, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander beat Shane Thorne and Brandon Vink. Cool. So after that,
real quick. Why are
spit it out?
First of all, why are they a tag team? Second of all, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing, they're winning. What are you doing with these guys? Why are they a tag team?
I'll answer you right now. 1, Vince fucking hates them. 2, they're not big enough to squash anybody, so Vince is like, give the jobber something to do. We're paying them cash to be here. 3, when they face an actual tag team, you're gonna be like, well, they beat the jobbers. So
they have credibility.
And then Viking Warrior Experience Sensation, whatever, is going to come and just whoop the shit out of them again. And then they're going to face off against Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins eventually.
They're going to get the smoke?
And they're going to get the smoke. And then Bianca Belair is going to bench press Ricochet. But you think you're tough, boy? Huh? She'll be like, you don't go here anymore. And then Ricochet's going to be sitting home with Casey Catanzaro for 6 months.
They broke up.
Okay, let's talk about the Lana and Lashley stuff. It seems almost that they're going away from the breakup angle after watching tonight.
I think
that's smart, actually.
So
I think that's smart. No, I don't need. They've been married 4 months. They don't need to break up already. Like, give them something to do. I don't know. Like, we didn't get a payoff for the Rusev thing, so like, give me a payoff of something. I don't even care at this point. Let Bobby Lashley come bench press Ricochet with Homegirl. Like, I don't know, just anything.
Bobby Lashley and Lana divorce. Bobby Lashley has been released by the WWE. We wish him best of luck in his future endeavors as of 4/25/2020.
So, anyways, we get Nia Jax and Kairi Sane again.
Apparently, Kairi Sane's injured now.
Yeah, because Nia Jax is a god-awful human being.
Especially after talking shit to Ronda Rousey, which obviously has got to be somewhat of work. And then, like, your next match, you're legit hurting people after complaining that she's hurting people? I don't know. I think...
there's, like, a list on Twitter of her, like, of all the injuries she's caused since she took the WWE. And, like... And you know what? Maybe, it's... What are you doing, dog? Sorry. Well, maybe it's... And I'm not trying to be rude. Maybe the women don't know how to work with, like, such a large female because they don't do it often. Like, obviously, there's more consideration to put into mind when Tamina and Nia Jax are wrestling. By the way, I saw a timeline of Tamina's debut and now, and she's, like, 90 pounds heavier.
I saw I sent it to Instagram.
But, like, obviously, like... there's more to consider when Nia Jax is wrestling than when Kairi Sane and Alexa Bliss are wrestling. They're both 105 pounds. So,
but Nia Jax just punching Becky in the face isn't an excuse of the size of her,
or her throwing her in the turnbuckle.
I mean, these are Nia Jax hurting people, not necessarily the talent taking bad bumps. I don't know. Like, you hear, like, the difference is, like, you hear Seth Rollins, there was that long time of Seth Rollins hurts everybody. He hurt Finn, he hurt Dolph, he hurt, there's this long list of, Sting, this long list, but you always heard people come to the defense of him and saying, hey, that was my bad. I didn't do anything, he didn't do anything wrong. You heard Sting come out and say it, you heard Finn come out and say it, go to bat for him. I ain't heard one person come to bat and say, Nia's a good worker, it was my fault. It just,
Well, that could be because, women are afraid to speak up in WWE because they're not showing as important.
She needs to stop hurting people.
She needs to stop wrestling.
I like her. She's fine. She just definitely needs to go and learn, I guess, how to be a safe safer worker.
Yeah.
So
we get Seth Rollins accepting Drew McIntyre's sitting in this weird ass double chair. I don't understand. It looks like
was it a double chair or was it?
Yeah, it's like a double chair.
I mean, it's like a bench.
I'm looking at the picture right now, but it's just weird.
Frustrating. It was bothering me.
It's like a day bed.
But he says he's gonna do it out of necessity. He has to be the champion. That's what they need. Blah blah blah.
They eat that Claymore boy.
We get a little Viking Raiders on the road,
which was awesome.
Karaoke. That was kind of neat, but
I mean, it was awesome, but like way out of their character. But like, that's just awesome to see.
Are you keeping them serious? Are you going to turn it into a joke? What are we doing here?
Well, the revival turned down the gimmick.
Yeah, so they're going to put him in. They're going to put him in a circuit. You know what? They'll probably put him in like a circuit. You remember how when what's his name? Aiden English and what's his old partner's name?
He's irrelevant.
Yeah, Simon Gotch. They were like a circus pro.
They were like right? Yeah, they were like the
strong
Barnum and Bailey's. Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do with Viking Raiders. They're gonna dress one up like a lion and the other one gonna be the tamer. You know.
It's a shame. I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean it was different.
They just need to. I don't know. It's cool. It is what it is.
Yep. Up next we get another Money in the Bank qualifying match: MVP versus Apollo Crews. This was Apollo Crews getting probably the biggest win of his career so far. No,
thank God. I'm going on record right now. I want Apollo Crews to turn heel and win Money in the Bank. That's not going to happen. But it's fantasy.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah. Titus Worldwide can come back too.
Dude, Apollo Crews has more talent in his left hand than Titus O'Neil.
That's fair.
I mean, only one.
Apollo Crews is amazing and underutilized tremendously. The guy can't talk. I get it, but that's what managers are for. That man is a star.
They literally don't care about this man's image so much. They put MVP in the match against him.
Well, they're giving him the Finn treatment. Hey, go out there and smile, big guy. Just smile. Show them your pearly whites.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even give him a jobber. They gave him MVP. Like
that's fine. I'm okay with that though. I think that gives a little bit of credibility.
Yeah, I don't mind it. The match was alright.
Extra money on a jobber. They're like, hey, you're just sitting around not doing anything.
You know what? Though I will say this: at least I've seen Apollo Crews win. What is it? 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
At least I'm seeing him win matches, and I'm happy to see him on TV. That's the only thing I care about because I'm a huge fan of his. Whether he'll probably never do anything, but
no,
I'm a huge fan of him.
He's gonna end up in AEW Big Swole. He's gonna be Big Swole's manager.
I hope so. At least they'll utilize him there.
Up next we get let's hear Charlie Caruso talking to Ruby Riott, talking about how she carried Liv and Sarah, and now Sarah has a broken arm and is no longer with the company.
That's what That's what I was gonna say.
It was awkward.
Why?
To bring it up.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, it's pre-taped.
I don't care. Cut it out.
Then don't do the interview, especially because she goes on to lose a match against Liv Morgan. We have Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan up next. Liv Morgan beats her clean.
Which is another surprise.
Yeah, I don't want to see either one of these two losing, to be honest with you, but I guess keep Liv being pushed. I don't know.
I mean, it's gonna be a blonde battle royal.
Mandy Rose versus Liv Morgan, WrestleMania
Mandy
next
Rose,
year.
Liv Morgan, Dana Brooke. They're all gonna be in Money in the Bank. Well, Mandy Rose isn't gonna be in.
So we get another Money in the Bank qualifying match. Murphy versus Rey Mysterio. I absolutely can't stand the finish to this match. Rey Mysterio wins.
I was gonna say, do you like who won the match?
Nope.
Because you predicted that Buddy Murphy was gonna win, correct?
And he should have. Why are you putting Rey Mysterio in this match?
That's what I was gonna bring up to you. We had this huge discussion about old talent, young talent, yada yada yada, and then you have someone like Rey that beats a star and Buddy Murphy.
Like, going into Money in the Bank, Rey has zero chance of winning the briefcase. At least with Murphy being somewhat involved with Rollins and his little stable, there was a shot that you could say, well, maybe Murphy wins the briefcase. You know, we know Rey Mysterio's not grabbing the briefcase. Like, come on.
No face is going to win the Money in the Bank.
Isn't Mysterio's the one who won the title on Raw, and then Money in the Bank happened, right? And then somebody cashed it on him the same night and lost. Oh, no, John Cena. He won it with Money in the Bank, and then John Cena came out and challenged him the same night for it or something like that?
No, John Cena challenged.
No, but Rey Mysterio won it and lost it in the same night.
I don't know. Either way, he shouldn't be winning this match, but whatever. Maybe Murphy didn't want to fly to Stanford to record the match. Who knows?
Rey Mysterio and the shortest WWE title reign of all time.
Well,
Go ahead,
actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, Buddy Murphy, Vince McMahon also doesn't like sneezing and redheads. I can never go on anything.
Well, they don't have souls, so.
Yeah, exactly. Too close to Vince.
Rey Mysterio won the WWE title on Raw and lost it 1 hour and 46 minutes later to John Cena.
Okay. Well, you know. Charlotte Flair squashes Kaden Carter. Fun. Nothing. We got Andrade versus Akira Tozawa. I bet you can guess who won that match. Okay, so Bianca Belair. God damn, there was a lot of matches on this show. What the hell? Bianca Belair versus Santana Garrett. Bianca squashes her. Cool. You get a Street Profits cameo here. And then the main event, Drew McIntyre versus Angel Garza. And then Drew McIntyre is burying this new stable yet again. No Seth Rollins tonight. We go off air, Drew holding the belt high, and that is
terrible way to end Raw.
Yep.
I love Drew, but God, this is already starting off bad.
Yep.
I'm glad that
hurts him so bad.
Well, the fans definitely do. He'll probably hold the belt longer because of it. Olaf, what's up, dog?
If you're watching YouTube or on Twitch, this is my dog Olaf.
I'm glad he's facing Seth, but this build-up is going to be pretty lame, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
Oh yeah. So what happened was Rey Mysterio won the title in a tournament for the vacant title because it's when CM Punk left the company. And then John Cena beat him for it the same night.
Real quick, while we're still kind of talking about Raw, what do you guys think of the Money in the Bank being in Connecticut
Super
at
excited.
headquarters?
So they showed the pictures for it. It doesn't look too bad. They also showed like a clip from a Raw show they did in '98 or something, where it was on the rooftop. But the thing is, it's not just on the roof. They got to go through the building.
They have to start at the first floor, and they have to work their way up, which is awesome.
So I think it's gonna. I think it's a cool idea. I'm not trying to be negative, but to film 6 people going through that building, it's going to be like watching 6 people in that Edge and Randy Orton match.
So I think they can do a better job than that.
it.
I think it's going to be more like if you guys got to watch the Gargano Ciampa empty arena match or whatever. I think if they do it in that cinematic style, not a like Boneyard match or Ultimate Deletion style, but a more cinematic style like the Gargano Ciampa match, I think it could be awesome. There were rumors that coming out of they've already filmed it, and there were rumors that it was really awkward for the wrestlers because like they were standing around getting cold, and then they had to go take bumps, and it was a little strange, but. Hey, if they're this far out, they can edit the shit out of it. They can do retakes. They can do whatever they have to do to make it worth watching, and I'm actually excited for it.
I hope they do a retake so I can point out where the retakes happen. Like Dana Brooke had like different eye makeup on.
Yeah.
Oh, one eyelash is on, one eyelash is off.
Sorry, Vince, I didn't know. This is my first time in a pay-per-view match.
Who do we have? Do you guys know off the top of your head who do we have in the match so far?
I think we'll find out the rest tonight on SmackDown.
For the women?
No, I meant for the men.
We just have Aleister Black.
Anyone like I'm just trying to figure out who's winning, and right as of now, there's no one can sit here and tell you I think is going to win. So far I'm intrigued.
Oh, Daniel Bryan.
He's not winning.
No, I think they have all the men.
So right now for the men we have Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, Apollo Crews, Corbin or Gulak. That's the match tonight.
Oh my fuck!
And then one more. So Corbin or Gulak, and then we have one more to be determined. And then
now I'm gonna take the one more.
I'll give it to either Aleister or Corbin.
Fair.
Winning?
Yeah.
So Aleister can sit in the room. If you want my briefcase,
let out.
Come fight me for it.
It's gonna be. They're not. Who cares?
If it's fucking Corbin, I swear to you, I'm gonna go throat punch you. I'm gonna fucking throat punch you.
Somebody asked Triple H on the bump yesterday. They're like, "Hey, there's one spot left. You want to go? And he's like, I have no interest. I'm being pushed off a ladder at 48 years old.
For the women, you have Asuka, Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, Sasha, and then one more to be determined.
So there's 7. So there might be NXT talent.
It could, yes. I'm sorry. No. It's Asuka, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey, or Sasha.
You already know who's winning this.
And then to be determined. So it'll be 6 also. Sasha's winning, right?
No, it's Shayna Baszler.
Oh, right. God damn it. I hope Becky just blindsides her sometime during the match and takes her out and doesn't let her win.
I'm okay with that, too. That's fine.
But
have Sasha take the briefcase and...
Can we hang on? Let's go over some of the other matches on this card because I did not know this. Okay, so we get Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman with the emphasis that they're saying Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend, which I don't understand why they would do that, but obviously he's not going to win if he's Bray Wyatt. We get Bayley versus Tamina. That's a fucking singles match at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yes, for the title.
Yeah, for the title.
I didn't know you were waiting.
Oh yeah, you didn't watch Smack. I was gonna say you didn't watch SmackDown last week, did you? Or read the results? Yeah. Congratulations on that shit.
Damn it! And this is why I don't want to watch SmackDown.
Wait, who? It's terrible.
All right. Moving on. You want to do NXT or AEW next?
Might as well do.
Let's stick with
NXT.
WWE.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So we're supposed to have Balor versus
Save the
Dream
best for
tonight.
last.
They announced early before the show even went on air that there was a backstage altercation with Balor. So
I think he was kidnapped. I think they're trying to play like he was kidnapped because all his stuff was ransacked and stuff like that.
I don't know. Who knows?
He was kidnapped by Imperium.
No,
So
I'm saying because they have
read.
the kidnapping storyline going on.
Yeah,
with
that's
Kushida and all them.
Yeah, that's gonna be something weird. Anyways, we get Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Yet again, I do believe the women on NXT are hands down the best.
Yeah, absolutely. They're. I watched this match. I actually watched this match because I love Shotzi Blackheart. I think
Yeah,
she's
she's
talented.
awesome.
So
Gonzalez and Dakota Kai pick up the win here.
yeah, as if there's any shock.
Right. We get the interim cruiserweight title match. Let's talk about this. So it's double elimination. This sees Jake Atlas versus Drake Maverick, and Drake Maverick loses.
She's great.
What are the odds Drake Maverick, a released superstar, wins this title?
0. Absolute 0.
I'll take those odds.
Let me go ahead. I was gonna say, let me go ahead and say this: if they're using the release as a storyline and he's not released, it's by far the shittiest thing the company's probably ever done.
Hang on though. I don't think that's what happened. I think he was released, and I think he released that video that was like super heartfelt, and the fact that he was willing to come 100%. And do the job, and I think something has changed. I honestly think that, you know, if you watch the Triple H thing on the bump, he talks about, you know, Drake Maverick, you know, giving it his all, and who knows what could happen, blah blah blah. I think Drake Maverick wins this belt and stays in the company.
If he stayed in the company, they wouldn't have let him release a shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees.
I think.
First of all, that's fine, but then come out and say that, because what it looks like is that you're using people getting fired for a storyline to gain an audience for a show. That's what it looks like to me. Even if he wins, if you come out and say, listen, we came out, we saw him, we decided we want to pick him back up. I don't know.
Well,
even then, it's still shitty.
That's too kayfabe, but I think if they just say, look, you know, he gave it all he had and he come out on top, and we re-signed him. I mean, I do think he was legitimately released. I think that something changed along the lines. I think that he, being a team player, and again, that promo that he cut, that heartfelt promo where he actually had tears in his eyes, was phenomenal. And I think he lost the first match, so he's down 0-1, but I think it's the underdog story, and he comes back and wins the title. That's just.
So I'm going to check Pro Wrestling Tees right now, and if his shirt's still there, he's not signed.
I'm just I don't know. I get it, and I'm cool with it. I hope he did get re-signed. I just feel like they're using people getting fired for a story. Either way,
agree. It's shitty, but good for Drake Maverick if that's what happens.
So
no, 100%.
Is Rockstar Spud
after releasing that video? I was like, damn, bro, I want this guy.
There's still Rockstar Spud stuff.
Yeah, there's more than there was 3 days ago. There's 4 more shirts. There's White Meat Babyface. Liger, Tiger, Gazelle.
I would
man.
be more okay with him letting this build up. He does lose and he does get released, and it almost I would like that more, because then again it's like WWE's like, listen, we just gave him a little nudge on the way out, like, you know, we didn't want to release these people. It would almost look on them if it ended that way.
Right, but WWE doesn't care though. Look, Vince doesn't give a fuck how he looks.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So we get another cruiserweight title match, interim title, whatever you want to call it. Kushida versus Tony Nese. This actually was a pretty damn good match. Kushida picking up the win.
Kushida is
They haven't done enough with him.
He's the man.
Yeah,
No,
they haven't done
absolutely
enough
not.
with him.
He had signed from Japan like last year.
That man's
right?
a star.
Yep. So
He's so good.
That could come out pretty well. After that, we get a couple of vignettes.
Johnny Gargano promo.
The Johnny Gargano with Candice LeRae. I don't like the woe is
Terrible.
me. Everything. I don't like what
Terrible.
Gargano's doing. I like what Candice LeRae is doing.
I
She's gonna
don't
be
like
the
that
I don't either.
it was all right.
I don't like that they're like, oh, we're gonna be the first man and wife champions, because you're not.
I don't like that they're turning her heel just because her husband's heel. That's what I don't like.
Well, they didn't in the past. They're just going that route this time. I do think
Purdy.
the NXT needs more heel women, so I'm okay with it.
Sorry, not to interrupt, but your internet connection is sucking right now. But
Yeah,
I know.
struggling.
It's telling me. Sorry.
It's telling you. You sound okay for the most part. Your video's a little laggy,
Yeah.
but that's not as relevant.
it's probably because you're yelling so much today.
Yeah. Sorry. I think Gargano being heel is terrible. This promo was terrible, and I don't mind her being heel. I'm not saying that, but I think it was.
I think
Again, it's
the
just
one
like-
thing that
I
stood
like
out
her
to me
new
the
look.
most. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of dumb that they made Mandy Rose dye her hair blonde. So,
Yeah.
but the one thing I thought was really fucking dumb is the cup is in a trophy case on the
Yeah.
table.
I saw that.
I was like,
That-
I wouldn't put a cup on my dinner table,
Right.
regardless, even if it was on Candice LeRae's dick, let alone mine.
That is a little awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway. We get an Io Shirai promo. Her and Charlotte will have their match next week, I believe, for the NXT Women's Championship. So that'll be good. That'll tear down the house, no question about it.
And then Mia Yim in a squash match.
Yep, Mia Yim wins in a squash match. She's also awesome.
And then Charlotte challenges Mia Yim to a match, even though she already has a match with Io Shirai.
Oh, is that who she's facing tomorrow? Or
No,
next week?
Charlotte? Charlotte's
Charlotte-
facing Mia Yim.
Yeah.
Okay, for the belt?
No, it's not for the belt.
Oh,
No, it's just a single.
Okay.
It's just
So then the
Charlotte's
Io
just too many
Shirai match
places.
is not next week then. Okay.
yeah, it's Mia Yim.
No.
Mia
But
Yim. Okay.
It's a video pack still.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
I think Charlotte's just all over the place right now, and it's a lot of Charlotte.
Well,
I mean, there's nothing we can do about
NXT
it.
storytelling's
Right.
all over the place.
Yeah, they got 7 hours of TV to fill in 1 week. It takes 5 to fucking focus from her feet to her
Wait,
head.
so I know we've talked about the whole Charlotte, who's going to take the belt off Charlotte, but like, are you guys a fan of Charlotte just destroying all these talents just to lose it back to Homegirl at the end? Like, I already told you guys that Io Shirai, why she's going to lose already irritates me, but she's Mia Yim's probably going to lose to her next. She's going to blow through all the talent in NXT and just destroy them all. I'm not
So
a fan of that.
here's what I want to happen. I want her to blow through all the talent. I don't have a problem her beating all of these girls. They're all going to be great matches as long as there's a payoff. And I want the payoff to be Ember Moon going back and capturing
What?
that NXT title from Charlotte.
I mean, she has to
That's
stay healthy
interesting.
first.
Well, okay, but she deserves that title, and she couldn't. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time to
You
take
know who
that
deserves
title
that title?
off Baszler.
Rhea fucking Ripley, and she lost at WrestleMania.
I think Ripley needs to. I think she needs to do some maturing. I think she's great in the ring. I just don't think her character. I don't think she knows her character well enough yet. I really don't. That's all.
I mean, Ember Moon doesn't know how to stretch before a match, but you don't see that's completely. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, we all celebrate how good their women's division is,
Right.
and then you have Charlotte go and just shit on them. for
But
months.
Charlotte is the best female wrestler in the world. it would be like Brock Lesnar shitting on the SmackDown roster. Like,
right, and everybody hates that.
I don't like that either.
But people but it happens, and you know, you never know really what you're gonna get with a Lesnar match. It could be 5 seconds, or it could be, you know, him selling for 10 minutes and ultimately going over. But
the last time he sold for 10 minutes was fucking the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but it happens when you don't expect it to happen. No, he sold for Daniel Bryan. He sold for Finn Balor. He sold for he sells for some guys.
Brock Lesnar.
You know who he didn't sell for? Ricochet.
He did not sell for Ricochet. That's a fact.
Brock Lesnar. It takes 3 months to charge that dude's batteries enough for a 10-minute match against a cruiserweight.
Interim cruiserweight title match: Jack Gallagher versus Phantasma.
El Hijo del Fantasma.
I like Gallagher, and I like his new little.
I like his tattoo is badass.
Yeah, but Phantasma gets the win here.
He's the son of a wrestler named, yeah, that's what it means, the son of Phantasma, right?
Yeah.
His father still wrestles in New Japan and Ring of Honor.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, Phantasma, huh? And I looked and I was like, this must be the one from WWE. It's not. Like they're two different people. I was like, no.
So during the commercial break, he gets abducted by the same SUV.
Or they try to abduct him, right? And he fights them off.
Yeah, he didn't actually get taken. No.
Yeah, they try to kidnap him and then fights him off.
So then we get what is supposed to be a Velveteen Dream and Keith Lee versus Undisputed Era, which would have been freaking awesome.
What we got was a mess.
Dexter Lumis and Velveteen Dream versus Undisputed Era with them going over the Era.
You should can you explain exactly what happened? It was first of all, they came down to the ring, and then all of a sudden I can't even, people would just start beating each other up, and they're going everywhere, and then Dexter Lumis is there, and then
he literally just appears out of nowhere. You look on the turnbuckle and there's Dexter Lumis standing there.
The only thing I did like about this is Dexter Lumis in the main event title scene or whatever. I like that. He's awesome, but
he's pretty cool.
You got Dream dance over Adam Cole like he's an underage girl.
Yes. Dream did a little shimmy. I'm okay with this. Give Dream the belt as long as he's not talking to 13-year-olds.
Correct. I'm glad this is the first thing they've actually done to have a storyline for the title since February?
Yes.
Adam Cole, I mean, literally there's nothing's been going on with the belt since February.
Yep.
So I don't care who it is at this point, but I'm glad it is Dream. So give it to Dream. As long as 13-year-olds.
Yep. And
problem is he's talking to 13-year-olds.
After that, we get the show of the week so far, Dynamite.
Manfred, you just stole my thunder with that. So the first match was Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin, right?
I could watch these guys wrestle all day.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, bro.
I've noticed a trend with Darby Allin though, and he always gets attacked before the match starts. I literally watched his match against the dude who just joined the Dark Order.
Number 10.
Yeah, number 10. His name has 10 in it. But anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah. I watched his match from Dark the night before, and he got attacked from behind the night before. And then I watched his match with Chris Jericho, and he got attacked from Chris Jericho.
Well, I could be wrong. At the pay-per-view when they wrestled each other, I think Darby Allin attacked Sammy Guevara at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, he did. He ran in. But
I think they mentioned that in the commentary.
But what I'm saying is he's been attacked from behind 5 times, and it's trying to show this dude's an underdog,
right? And that's
exactly
it's not, what it's doing.
And it's come on, guys.
He's awesome though.
He's awesome, yeah, but you don't need to attack him and have him splashed on a ladder, and then have him come out on top to prove he's an underdog. He's a small. I mean, in AEW, he's not a small dude, but he's little. He's not well known. He lost Penelope Ford. The dude's life sucks.
He's going to be the biggest AEW star in 3 years, so I think he can suck it up till then. I think one thing I will say is I hate that Sammy keeps losing every match. Every match is he's in. I love him. Honestly, he's probably my favorite wrestler this year, or newly favorite wrestler. And everything he's in, I mean, shit. he's going to lose against Matt Hardy. We'll talk about that a little bit. He's going to go to the compound. He's going to lose. Like
I mean,
that's something I will tell you guys. Like I don't want to happen. So,
but I think he's losing, and I think it's for him to feel like the inner circle isn't helping him.
And turn so face eventually.
Maybe not turn him face, but have him break from the Dark Order. Because Jericho could be a face in like a day if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
I mean the inner circle, not the Dark Order.
Did I say Dark Order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at that promo right here. Sorry, but it's to if Matt Hardy's going to challenge every person in the inner circle one by one, and they're going to just fall off. Maybe Jake Hager wins. I fucking hope not. His match with Moxley proves that dude doesn't carry his weight in a bucket. So
those two just aren't good matchup, but
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I mean, if it's a payoff, like Strunk said, the women's division getting squashed every week by Charlotte. If there's a payoff, that's okay. He's got the longevity to deal with it.
The payoff will be him beating Chris Jericho eventually, and him turning face. I truly do believe, or Jericho turns face and he beats him as a heel, which either or I'm okay with.
I'm not sure if you guys lose the rest of the year, and then at the very end of the year, before the reset of rankings, let him get on a little heater, and then start going from there and rebuilding him. I don't mind him getting his legs underneath him for this year and him taking the losses. I think you need to heat him up before the reset, so it's not just like super obvious.
Right.
But I do think he can take these losses for now, and ultimately, heat him up when and have him go after the TNT belt at some point.
Right? Like he's 22 years old. He can handle a few losses in the second biggest promotion.
He's really likable too. I am excited for him to eventually turn face. I don't know if you guys. I follow him on YouTube on his little things, and he's awesome on there.
Him and MJF can have a fantastic verbal.
Oh my god. Yes. So.
And then you got the Hardy promo, where Matt Hardy calls Jericho the hole over the ass again. And then he says, since Jericho didn't come face him, Sammy can come face him. I don't think this will be a bad match because it'll be in the Hardy compound. I don't think it'll be great either, though. I do see Matt coming out on top, but it's just to build the storyline of Sammy eventually turning on Jericho. Because let's be honest, Jericho's a way bigger star than Matt Hardy is.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. If Matt Hardy goes through individual ones, everyone in the inner circle, do you think that's the turning point where like Matt starts changing them? We kind of get this with Bray, and I guess Matt did it with before. He starts slowly like changing them, and then they all turn against Jericho at the end.
I don't think they all turn on him. I think they all just. I think like Proud and Powerful will probably just like break off and be like, "Hey man, we're gonna do our own thing." Jake Hager probably gets relegated to the mid-card scene. Maybe he feuds with Lance Archer because they're both big, dumb guys. And then Sammy will probably be the one to snap because they are pushing Sammy the most on like the Bubbly Bunch and stuff. So like why'd you have to show off, Sammy? Why'd you have to be such a fucking show off? Like,
what if they go the opposite direction with this, and they won't? But what if they went and had every single member of the inner circle beat Matt Hardy? And he gets darker and darker and darker, and Chris Jericho goes in cocky as hell, thinking everyone else has beaten him. I can go there and clean up too. But then he comes up with some new, enlightened one character, some type of gimmick, and then goes over on Jericho.
What I didn't understand is during the promo they showed the Damascus Matt Hardy and they showed regular Matt Hardy.
I like that, and I knew that was going to happen. If you guys, I'm sure you both did listen to when he originally joined AEW, and he talked about like how he has multiple personalities now. He has like 3 different ones and can switch it out, and like that's this like his storyline he's creating. I like it. I didn't mind that. It makes it less boring, I guess.
I don't understand why they did it in the same promo though. Like he could have had different promos.
He said you talk to my normalized, vessel. So he could switch it out, I don't know. He's like Venom.
We are Matt Hardy. But like you said, Strunk, that is a possibility, obviously. I don't really want to watch. I mean, hopefully the Proud and Powerful is a tag team match of some sort with somebody, because I don't feel like watching Matt Hardy wrestle these dudes for the next 5 weeks.
He can tag with Vanguard 1.
Imagine like Vanguard
You could
One
have
just
Vanguard
got
One pin.
Yo,
You could have him pin
Vanguard
the
One
player.
gives a pin, bro.
Yes.
I swear to you.
Imagine Vanguard One just flying in and like smoking Santana in the chest, and just him just like him just hitting the ground. That'd be. You know what? I'm okay. I'm good with that. That'd be. You know what? Mike Strunk, you just got a contract to create it, boy. So next up we got Kenny Omega versus Alan Angels.
A decent little match.
It wasn't necessarily a squash match, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't a strong match. I mean, obviously Kenny needed it at some point.
Did you guys catch? And I don't think it was at the beginning. It might have been at the beginning of the show where Taz like broke down in like a very like sports centric way, where he like was explaining Kenny Omega's like V trigger, and like they slowed it down and like highlighted where it like hits them in the body parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? I kind of like that. It was interesting.
I did
Kinda
too, but what I didn't like is having this jobber kick out of one.
Fair.
I mean, I understand the one-winged angel is like his like, you know, ultimate finisher, and he doesn't do it very often, and it's super protected, but you shouldn't have this guy be kicking out of the V trigger, especially after explaining how devastating it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, the thing that Taz is doing, it kind of goes back to people are complaining that AEW broke a lot of promises about their product, like it's gonna have a real sports feel. So obviously, them breaking down moves and where it hurts people, and that obviously helps a little bit. But any wrestling, but AEW has like the hardcore wrestling fan base, right? We've talked about this. So like we all know what a German suplex does to a body,
right?
And really, all the V trigger is a full Nelson German suplex.
But he broke down. I was gonna say in the video, he broke down. Oh, it's a snap mirror.
Yeah, it's a snap German suplex.
Guys, the V trigger is when he runs and knees him in the. In the face.
Correct. Yes, that's the.
We're talking about.
You're talking about his Snapdragon suplexes. He also does that, but the V trigger is when he runs and he does the guns and runs and knees them in the head. Or
can you do those guns again? Right. That was pretty awkward looking. Yeah, thank you.
One thing I do like again is Jericho on commentary, which was great. But he talks about beating Omega all the time, and I love the fact that Tony brought up the Tokyo Dome where Omega beat him. So
he's like, didn't he beat you? Oh man, did he? It was so long ago.
Yeah, he's like, I should have won.
And Jericho's like the second most famous person from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Yeah.
I love that he brought up that he was in developmental and they didn't know what to do with him. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, Deep South. I did watch some dark matches, like AEW dark matches, and Cody was on commentary, and it's fucking just night and day. The difference,
between
like Cody,
Jericho and Cody,
because Cody talks the same every time he talks on a microphone, just like this.
Yeah.
And they mentioned Darby Allin being 8-8-1 or 8-6-1, and Tony Schiavone's like, yeah, that one there for the no contest, that's against you, Cody, and he's like, yeah, it's on my record, just like it's on Darby's perpetually.
Going back to the sports feel.
Dude.
I think they do have somewhat of a sports feel. The record is one of those things, the breakdown, but also I think we're missing the promos that they cut. Like, I know you're about to go over it. All the promos they cut before the type feel, a lot of times they do at least once or twice a week. I think they have somewhat of a sports feel to it. It's not, I mean, how much sports can you get? No, what else could you do?
We talked about that last week where, even if it's coming into a not necessarily a squash match, but like a known finish match. Like, for example, last week with Colt Cabana and Lance Archer. We knew Lance Archer was going to win, but they did the thing where, hey, maybe Colt Cabana has a 5% chance of winning this match. And it's the same thing. If you watch, game day breakdown of Team A versus Team B in football, Team A is heavily favored, but they could, if they do this, and this right, maybe they could squeak out a win. So it's the same idea, and I do like that they do that. But at the same time,
who's buying Buck season passes with me? That's the real question.
I don't think you can get them, bro. The wait list is like 78,000 again.
Really? Because they offered, like, I got an email yesterday saying order something before they're gone.
Oh, so maybe they have either really, really expensive seats left or really, really shit seats.
What I'm really mad about is right before I moved, they called me and were like, "Hey, we have season passes for $700. It's only $95 a game." And I was like, "That's okay. I'm moving." And then Tom Brady signed, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, I could have sold that thing for probably like $2,000.
He could have walked into your house.
Can we? Yeah, no doubt. Can we sidebar? 100% Gronk is getting pinned on a touchdown celebration to lose that title. 100%.
On a game
No.
on Fox, probably.
On a game. 100% he gets pinned.
No
fucking one of the
way.
one of the players will be the referee. They'll show like an after the game where he takes off his like jersey or whatever, it has a referee shirt underneath, and someone is pinning Gronk in an NFL game to win that title for a touchdown.
Maybe on
celebration.
Fox. Maybe
Mark
on
my
Fox
words.
game. Maybe if it's on Fox.
I think
I don't think
Aaron's will lose
W-
his fucking shit.
I don't think WWE would allow him to carry the title into the season.
Though. No. I think he will. I 100% think you won't see it out on the field, but I'm telling you, he's gonna get pinned after a touchdown.
Maybe a preseason game.
Yeah, maybe a training camp or a preseason game. But the regular season has so much uncertainty. Like, what if Gronk?
Not to mention they're like Super Bowl fucking favorites.
Right. Like, what if Gronk goes down with a torn ACL and he can't?
Well, they just forget about the belt then. I mean, let's be real, it's no loss. But the chance of the chance of him scoring a touchdown, the first home game of the season and getting pinned, like the publicity that could bring, I think they risk leaving the belt on him.
I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm not against it, especially if I'm back in Florida and I have those seats.
No, I'm not against it either. I'm just you're out your goddamn mind.
You're out your goddamn mind. That's the first one of the day, boy. So anyway, continuing, we have a promo for Scorpio Sky, which is kind of cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's great because it talks about how he broke his back and stuff like that.
Do you think this is the turning point for SCU where they're gonna be kind of like
single stars?
He's gonna be the vocal point. Well, they'll be together kind of, but he's gonna be the big vocal for the group because obviously
he'll be the Kofi and the other two will be the
correct. Yeah. Because I think they missed it a bit when they won the tag. And I was like, oh my god, who's the Scorpio Sky guy? Like, he was amazing, and I think they're trying to catch some more heat with him. I think we
were at the first Dynamite, and I told you who Scorpio Sky was. I think about it, but
yeah, he's been around forever. I didn't realize he's like 6'7".
Yeah, he was in Impact for a long time. I think he will be because he's got the most longevity of the group. Like Christopher Daniels is like old. 50 years old.
Yeah, 50.
He's the oldest Ring of Honor champion 43. Ever. Yeah, they've had phenomenal wrestling careers. Those two, they've both been TNA World Champion, Ring of Honor World Champion. They've done some great stuff in TNA. Like Christopher Daniels is why AJ Styles was so successful in TNA and Impact and stuff. So I mean, if he's got anything left in the tank, it's probably going to push Scorpio Sky up to the top.
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky is a very athletic dude. Yeah. He's a very athletic dude. He's very charismatic on the mic.
He's not bad on the mic.
Yeah, you remember at the end of Dynamite, at the end of first Dynamite, he came out and cut a promo. You remember that?
Yeah.
No, I mean it was off the air too.
And
I saw it
off the air.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it'll be cool.
For it.
Jimmy Havoc versus Orange Cassidy.
I like this match too.
I did too. I like Penelope Ford getting involved. I don't know why she got involved, but
what? Oh, in this match to set up the tag match next week.
Yeah.
I mean,
obviously
they've already announced it. That's literally it. I mean, at least there's a reason for a tag match next week now. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I loved how at the end Chuck and Trent, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like
yeah.
He's like, when Trent's mad, people die. He walked away, and I was like, oh my god.
That Oh, the promo backstage. Yeah.
And then
he put the chain around his neck.
And it showed Trent walking out of the locker room, but he went into a dead end wall and had to turn around.
Here's one thing I will say, because I really like this match. That Jimmy Havoc is awesome in the ring.
Yeah,
I hope that they don't put him. I don't hope they don't put Orange Cassidy on too much and make him wrestle too much. He's such a special attraction almost.
Yeah, I agree.
And he wrestles. I want it to be special, and I want it to. And it was a fine match. Everything he sells really well. But I just want him to not wrestle. Every once in a blue moon is fine with me.
They knew at some point, though, you got to think they had to put the TV title on him, because him with the belt around his shoulder and his hands in his pockets is just an awesome image. Like, they have to do it at some point.
Yeah, I agree. He's
So-
going to be the biggest thing in AEW by the end of the year, in my opinion.
Easily.
Especially if we go back to having actual events. Oh, yes, 100%.
He's over.
Yeah, he's-
Over.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know if I
Daniel
give him, like,
Bryan level over. Like, he's over.
Correct. Bro, I've had people message me or even come up to me and be like, "Who's that?" I saw a video of this orange juice guy, like with hands in his pocket.
Well, when
like,
we
'cause,
watched
they
the
know
last
I
pay
watch
per view,
wrestling.
we watched at your house. We had a couple kids over that weren't really
Fair
familiar
enough.
with wrestling, and all of them were just enamored with Orange Cassidy. You know, that's all
the
their
only
favorite.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Brooks was like, this shit's so fake. You know, I was like, shut up, like, watch the match.
Yeah, that's true. The non-wrestling fans, I guess he just hits with the people who don't watch it as much as we do. They go, "Oh my god, this guy!" Like, he has a very WWE like.
Well, that's the
act.
difference. That's a great example of the difference between someone in the ring like him versus someone in the ring like Shayna Baszler. Non-wrestling fans
True.
care. Like he
Yeah.
draws you in. You want to see it. You're entertained no matter what happens. To where Shayna Baszler's in the ring and
Correct.
you're just like, wake me up when it's done. Like, you know, it's just so
How do
predictable.
your sex
and-
tape?
We know she's gonna win,
Right,
and it's gonna be boring all the way through.
all the way through.
That's
So-
why the match with Kelly Sane was so awesome because she.
Right.
Orange Cassidy picks up the win. We get an MJF promo in front of some random house that I guarantee MJF doesn't own.
Yeah, but that was still an awesome promo.
Who cares? It's
Yeah.
MJF and.
Like I was playing Call of Duty and trying to watch the promo at the same time, so I was like, oh, like and I had my headset on, so I wasn't actually listening. And then I watched it today, and I actually forwarded it to Ferdy, and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
he's so great.
He's
so
gonna be great. I'd like to see him, feud with somebody, cut some promos. Maybe him against Jake the Snake Roberts, cutting promos together. Like that'd be phenomenal. Him and he needs to work with people who are good on the mic. Otherwise, you don't get the full MJF
Right.
substance. Like him again.
So he mentioned promo. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say you mentioned the end of his promo when he gets healthy, he's gonna be back to win the AEW championship.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think
So-
they put the belt on him anytime soon?
Not,
he's the one,
not in the next
Moxley?
12 months.
I don't think he wins
No,
clean,
okay.
or I don't think he loses clean. It's probably gonna be a DQ. He's gonna be very protected, I think. But I don't think he wins that title within the next 6 months.
Yeah, I would agree.
If somebody else beats Mox and they need a heel, which somehow doesn't make sense because Moxley's the face of all faces.
Sure.
Even though he's like an ambiguous face, he doesn't care. He's not out to make people happy. I talk like this when I'm sitting next to my wife at the dinner table.
But he actually does talk like that, so I'm okay with it.
I almost want to say
but-
that the person that's going to take that belt off Moxley isn't currently in the company.
Really? All right. Well, who do you think it is then? Because now I'm curious. Because
Rusev.
honestly,
Say
I can tell you.
Rusev. Say Rusev. I'll
Rusev.
fucking punch you. I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
Rusev? You think it's gonna? What? Hold on.
It's either going to be Lance Archer or Rusev.
It's gonna be an AEW grown person.
Nah. Well, name an AEW grown person.
Heel that's big enough to take it off him right now.
Wardlow?
I mean, because obviously, no.
Lance
God, no.
Archer.
Lance Archer's not
Him?
AEW grown. He's just not
I mean, no.
WWE.
Exactly. So
Well,
it's, not
no,
gonna be a
technically.
it's not gonna be a WWE superstar. Or
Okay.
a former WWE superstar.
Well, and Lance Archer is the only other one I could see, but he's going to have the fucking TNT belt, so
That's
Big
true,
fucking
too.
deal.
Yeah, I don't see Moxley losing that belt anytime soon.
no, neither
Yeah,
do
that's
I.
what I'm saying. But it's also not gonna be a former WWE superstar.
We'll see. I don't know. I think honestly, I
Because
think it's gonna. It
I
could
mean,
be
like,
Brody Lee, to be honest.
I
with you
mean,
guys.
like obviously getting started, you need the name recognition for Jericho and Moxley, but it's gonna be a year in fucking. They're halfway through their first year of TV, right? Freddie and I were there literally 6 months ago.
Yeah.
If they keep passing the belt to WWE guys, all these other people they're trying to sign with the company. And like, what the fuck's the point? Because if there's a WWE guy, they're just gonna get the belt anyway.
Now that's not fair though. Like, okay, I'm the, and again, I'm playing devil's advocate because I'm the first person to say why the fuck are two WWE stars feuding for their top belt all the time. But at the same time, these guys are the best of the best, and that's why they were in WWE. Rusev was
Correct.
never getting a fair shake, and Rusev is fucking amazing, and 100% could be thrown in that title picture immediately.
He'd also be a great feud against Lance Archer.
Agreed. Not arguing that whatsoever.
I'm not arguing that, but
I'm just saying you don't need to, like those guys have to wait the 3 months.
That's my argument
like,
too. Trust me, I'm all for like. Why do you throw him right in? You know, I'm all for that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like 3 months from now, like Rusev can come fucking Machka kick Big Dick Wardlow or Trevor Archer and start feuding with those big dudes because Nick Jackson isn't gonna feud with Lance Archer.
No.
Or Darby Allin might feud with Lance Archer because that'd be a really fucking cool hardcore match to watch. Yeah. Probably be like a cage match or something crazy. But like they need to strengthen the mid card just as much as they need to strengthen the top of the card.
Yeah.
I would argue that they are strengthening the mid card because I think we care more about the mid card than we do the top of the card.
Right, because it's all WWE people.
The mid card?
No, the top card, the top of the card.
Oh, well, it's not that. It's just there's no intrigue. Like, I guess the top of the card we could put Chris Jericho and Matt Hardy. I care about that. But, I mean, as for Moxley, there's no one actually challenging right now, so there's nothing to actually care about. We don't know who his next opponent would be. I mean, I will agree with you when he was facing Jake Boring over here. I didn't care two shits, but, I mean, that was predictable. Oh. But I mean, we'll see who he faces next, and then we'll circle back because as of now, you're right. I don't care, but it's not because he's a WWE star.
And like maybe they thought that enough time has passed, and Jake Hager separated himself enough from WWE, where like throwing him in that picture because he has 2 wins is a good idea. But people were like, but people obviously know, and people obviously are like, well, like who else is challenging? Didn't Darby Allin challenge him for it?
Darby Allin challenged Jericho for it.
Right, and then he got elbowed in the head actually and got a concussion.
I would say that match never happens if we're not in the situation we're in anyways, I think, but,
What situation?
The COVID-19 situation?
No, I'm saying, like, what wouldn't happen without the COVID-19?
Like the match between Moxley and Hager.
I mean, they were building that before they...
Yeah, that was natural progression for him against the Inner Circle. But right now he has no direction. He beat him, and we don't know where he's going next.
We'll find out next week, I think. But
they need to have that dude stop fucking talking. He looks like fucking Frankenstein, has dentures in his mouth, and he needs to stop fucking talking.
You know what it is? I can tell you what's happening right now with that promo from MJF and Wardlow, which is in the next match squashing somebody. Wardlow will challenge, and Wardlow will lose the feud. But MJF will be in the corner. And that's how the MJF talking about going after that belt was more so to help Wardlow go after that belt. I don't think Wardlow will win it, but I think that could be the next natural feud for him easily.
I think the problem with that is nobody I was actually thinking about Wardlow last week. Remember they cut that promo of Wardlow like being super big and strong, and they haven't him out on TV. So now you haven't squashed some dude. Like if you throw him into a title picture and don't let him win, he loses all credibility. It's like when who was it? Ryback and Heidenreich both went to WWE, and then they crushed everybody, and then they went to face the Undertaker or whatever champion was there, and then as soon as they lost, they were just relegated to dog shit matches for Heidenreich was terrible anyway.
Wardlow's record is going to be this massively overpowering X wins, very little losses. I don't have a problem with him going and losing the championship to Moxley, or losing to Moxley for the championship.
I'd actually if he can actually wrestle, because you only saw him squash the dude, I'd like to see him against Lance Archer. They're the 2 biggest dudes in the company.
I'm not a huge fan of big guy versus big guy most of the time, but I'm okay with seeing it. But
Rusev's a big dude. He's just not the same type of big dude.
Correct, but
Rusev is athletic as shit.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen enough of Wardlow wrestle, so I'm not gonna put past judgment on him. But
Lance Archer's athletic too.
Wardlow only has about
Wardlow
only has about 200 matches under his belt total.
Really?
So he's very green.
Okay.
He's very, very green.
I don't know who John Moxley faces next, but I do hope it's not Wardlow. I don't know. I couldn't tell you who it's gonna be, but
we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it could be Kenny because they need a high-selling match after this is over.
Kenny can't lose another fucking feud. If Kenny loses, I swear to God,
but it could be because they're gonna need a high, All Out, or was it All In next month?
That's
isn't he gonna?
He has the tag belt, bro. I was gonna say he has the tag belt.
Eventually, they're gonna lose the tag belts, and he's gonna feud with Hangman. That's his next singles feud.
Which honestly was the best thing going before this all happened.
100% true.
Maybe Wardlow and MJF go to the tag title scene.
That would be cool.
I'm okay.
I mean,
with that.
they have enough tag teams though. Like I could see a little less of.
But they have a
hybrid.
lot of shit tag teams too.
Yeah,
they
but
do have a lot of
they have,
tag
like-
teams, but they have a lot of shit tag teams.
Oh shit!
They
Name 2 shit tag teams AEW has.
Hybrid Z or whatever they're called.
What's the people that dress in the neon green?
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I'm talking about. Hybrid.
Yeah.
Okay,
2,
and Best
yeah.
Friends.
No, Best Friends.
Best Friends is
you're
awful.
out your-
You
you're out
can
your
see,
fucking
you can
mind.
legitimately see them having tag titles around their waist.
Yeah.
Oh, come
I don't
on.
know. I don't know about
I mean,
that,
I don't
but
think I think they're great performers. I don't think they're great draws. But they
Trent
could
is a star.
Yeah, I'm saying. I mean,
Orange
they're great
Cassidy,
wrestlers.
because they're a group,
You know what?
right?
And I'll say it, fucking SCU. They're a terrible tag team. Scorpio Sky's the only good thing going in that group anymore. Like, God, their tag team division is not.
Those dudes have more title reigns combined than like the rest of the roster.
Okay, but that was then. This is now. You have to
Tell that
have.
to Chris
you need to
Jericho
get.
and Matt
You need to
Hardy.
get the Lucha Brothers back in the mix. You need to get.
Why they're
The
in a-
Young Bucks
they're
back in the mix?
They're in like a trifecta.
That's
with
fine, let
SmackDown.
them-
Well, so are
the
the Best
titles.
Friends, and so is SCU.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. It's all 3 people, but you know,
Yeah.
you need the top tag teams back on top and stop with this bullshit of these.
So they do. They have started listing trio ranks. I don't know how. I mean, they have Private Party, and Private Party hasn't done anything.
I love Private Party.
they're
Private
cool in the
Party is
ring,
super
but
tough.
again, do you
Yeah.
see them having the belts? I mean, they're
I mean,
Not
they're-
yet.
Pri-
They're
I
young.
mean,
They're young.
I mean, fucking. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people like the only 2 who actually tag team every week who I couldn't see having the belts, and it's really stereotypical of me to say, is Marco Stunt and fucking Jungle Boy.
But I
If
could
those
see
tag-
Jungle,
Jungle
I
Boy's
could
a
see,
fucking star, too,
I
by the
could
way.
see
I know,
Jungle
but
Boy
I know-
and Luchasaurus having the belts though.
Correct.
Right,
Correct.
but they have fucking Marco Stunt out here, and I'm sorry, like the dude, and obviously he's gonna have a great career as a wrestler.
He's a
But, like-
Santana Morello. He'll
Or a singer.
he'll be around. He'll
Yeah,
get paydays for sure.
Right, but what I'm saying is like, could you see like imagine Jurassic Express could have the New Day rule, right, where they can all defend
Right,
the titles, and imagine you see Marco.
That's how they
fucking
lose it.
Stunt
Well, that's how they
and
lose it
Chuck-
every time.
I was gonna say that's how they lose it,
Exactly
so,
how they
yes,
lose it.
I
is Marco
can.
Stunt getting pinned.
Right, so
I can
imagine,
see that.
Imagine Marco Stunt and fucking Jungle Boy coming out the ramp with belts on against fucking Wardlow and MJF.
No, but you could see Marco Stunt and Luchasaurus coming out with the belts on and actually having competitive matches. You know.
I'll tell you what, though. All right, you might consider them shit tag teams, but all of them that you mentioned, SCU, who is it? Best Friend. Best Friends are great in the ring. They're entertaining
yeah,
to watch.
no, I'm not saying they're bad at
Private
the
Party
ring.
by far.
I'm just saying
is
they're not
fantastic.
like. And look, I can knock their tag team division, but realistically, they have, you know,
the best
2
tag team division.
That's
Dude.
just it. No, there's no best tag team division in wrestling. I will argue that New Day and Usos stack up against any other 2 tag teams in the world.
I mean, it's a good argument.
So,
WWE has way more, so I can't like put.
You know,
So-
and the Street Profits are just a better version of Private Party. Like, you know, so
I mean,
it's-
maybe they're better. You just haven't seen.
No,
Private Party
Montez
on TV.
Ford. I've
Montez
said this
Ford
a million
has more
times.
fucking-
He is a
yeah.
WWE champion in the
Yes.
making. I will say this
now
10,000 more
now
times.
he's his fucking wife's cheerleader for the next. 3
I don't
months, So
care.
it doesn't
He's-
matter what you think.
That man's getting all the smoke from his wife, and that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
he has
but
more
that doesn't
charisma in
mean-
his pinky than half the AEW roster combined.
And I won't disagree with that statement, but
I mean, if I had a $1 billion company investing in me practicing at their facility 5 hours a week, I
well,
would
he's
too.
put in the work. That
work,
man was
yeah.
in developmental for what 7 years
Yeah.
or something ridiculous. I mean, I'll give it to him. Next, anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, but really quick, I did want to say the least exciting tag team. I'm looking at their roster right now is Butcher and Blade. That's not okay. Like they're really
But
boring.
okay, and
I mean-
I'll go to
I mean,
bat
but
for
they- but
them.
they have a-
They're
but
like
they have a great
legitimate though. They look like a threat.
That's fair.
Yeah, they're great.
They just don't win.
They just
also,
don't
I
win.
want to stick. I want to shoot one more thing out there. The only person who has more career wins than Scorpio Sky is
Are we talking about on the AEW roster?
yeah.
Scorpio Sky
is
will
Kenny.
be an AEW champion. Mark my
However,
words on
Scorpio
that.
Sky doesn't have any singles wins in this year.
Yeah.
Kenny only has 2 though.
All right, we're
Three.
getting long-winded. Let's push this
Yeah.
thing up.
All right. So next, we had the Wardlow versus Lee Johnson match.
Kind of talked about it.
AEW
squashed them.
actually called his match an F10.
Yeah.
It is an F10 though.
It's like a
Yeah,
spinning
like-
version of the F5, a twisting version of the
It's,
S5.
it's like I'm an actually strong person, not a roided out freak, and I can throw somebody across the ring F5. if he could do that to like that dude wasn't very big.
I want to see him do it to Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see him do it to an actually like 200 and some odd pound dude.
Right.
Because like if he can do that to like
or Brody Lee.
Maybe not. Oh, I don't know. That dude's like 270. That's
He's a big guy.
Yeah, that's like picking himself up and doing
Rusev.
that. But anyway,
I would like to see him do it to Rusev.
Yeah,
Rusev's
right.
270 too.
Yeah, but he's shorter.
So he's
more
like
compact
easier weight.
Yeah, more compact weight. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like if he can do that to like a larger dude, it's gonna be super. Like, because you remember Brock Lesnar used to F5 Big Show.
F5 Big Show. Yeah.
But he'd like spin him and fall. You know, like if he can do that to like a 300-pound dude for some god awful reason, we have to see that. That would be phenomenal. I think it would be great for his character. But he's obviously a big dude, and they're trying to find a place for these big dudes in wrestling. So because now they have Lance Archer, Brody Lee, Wardlow.
They're filling out the roster. They said they were going to do that. So
yeah, because going into TV, Dustin Rhodes was the biggest guy on the roster. So that's
Billy Gunn.
Well, Trent
Billy
Beretta
Gunn, yeah.
Just as big. Yeah,
Who?
Trent Beretta. Trent from
How
Best
tall
Friends.
is he?
He's very large.
He's 6'5", I think 6'4".
Okay, fair.
Sorry, you don't know his last name. Trent Beretta. Though. He's 6'2", yeah.
Well, he just goes by
6'2".
Trent,
That's tiny. Dustin Rhodes is
Okay.
6'6".
Who's the other one? No, what's the other one's name? Sorry.
It's Trent Beretta and Trent's the
Gosh.
one that has the fucking charisma on that team too. God, I can
Trent's-
see his stupid face in my head.
I know it too, but now that you said it, it mind
He's got a stupid face, Strong.
He does have a stupid face.
You really don't like the best friends.
He really doesn't.
I
He
hate
hates
that
the
Orange
best friend.
Cassidy's paired with them so much.
He makes them.
Well, that's my point. Without him, they're really bad.
I mean, somebody has to carry him through tag matches.
Here, why you're looking that up?
All right,
let's
we'll
move
go
a
on.
little bit.
We'll go on
Yeah.
to
Chuck Taylor, sorry.
Chuck Taylor.
Chuck Taylor,
Yeah.
I think Chuck's the big one. Chuck Taylor's the big one.
You got the next match was Justin Law versus Brody Lee.
Yep.
This was another squash match.
Yep.
Well, I guess beforehand they did cut the promo. We Are Lions promo with Brody Lee, which I thought was cool. I really like his character so far and what they're doing with it. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but this was just another squash match. It didn't last very long. He destroyed him. I love his finisher, that clothesline. It's like a clothesline to hell.
It's like a discus clothesline, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear that this week when
he did it on as in WWE as well.
It wasn't his finisher.
It wasn't
though.
his
It was just
finisher though. Yeah, it was just something in his matches.
Yeah,
but he's really good at it.
He's so good at it.
I'm holding judgment. I'm holding judgment for this whole Dark Order Exalted
payoff,
and to at least 8. I'm not saying I need to see it into its completion, but I haven't yet made a decision whether I'm okay with what's going on or whether I want to hate it. Like
I was gonna say, I really hope. I don't. Maybe not right now, but I really want to see him go against Moxley and take the belt. And I know you guys are gonna disagree because it's a WWE guy taking it off WWE guy.
Yeah, but he's not like a top like Rusev is a top WWE name. Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho are top WWE names.
Yeah.
Brody Lee is somebody who's been shit on for years.
Yeah.
So
and he's good in the ring too. That's he's not just a boring tall dude that didn't talk. He was good in the ring.
It's like Dustin Rhodes, he was Goldust for years, and he's actually famous as Goldust, but nobody cared about him as Goldust. And now there's Dustin Rhodes there, but it's like this guy's fucking great. Like he's doing his best work in years. He had his knees replaced. Like he's lost like 20 pounds.
He's not doing drugs.
He's off drugs. he's still painting his fucking face for some reason.
It hides some of that aging.
After the match, just real quick, so we can move on. He stared down Marco Stunt, so they're gonna have a match next week. They announced already. I'm super excited for
30
it.
rows into the fucking stands.
I don't know why I'm so excited for this match, but I really am.
What if Marco Stunt beats him? Let's just play. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. What if Marco Stunt beats him? I'll take everything back I just said about Marco. and I'm not mad about Marco Stunt's size. I think it's really cool. Like I'm not a big dude as a grown man either. Like obviously he's smaller than me, but still if I had to go up against Brody fucking Lee, you'd be like that dude's gonna die anyway. Like,
I think it's more to set up him versus Luchasaurus.
That's fine too.
Which is fine.
That'd be a great
match.
Yeah.
Does he beat Luchasaurus?
Yes.
Yes. He doesn't lose a match for a while.
Soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I think what could happen, I think it'd be pretty cool, is like Brody Lee just beats Marco Stunt, and they beat Jungle Boy, and they both come to the Dark Order, and then Luchasaurus comes and like tries to rescue them.
If I'm being 100% honest, I wish they would repackage Luchasaurus because the guy is a good-looking dude and he's phenomenal in the ring, and I don't like the gimmick he has. But
I think they can eventually, but he's I don't know. I really like his character. It's unique.
He's
different.
He's like an actual luchador though, so he still has to wear
like
a mask.
a 6'4" luchador though. Like
he's also like super smart outside the ring too. Isn't he the guy who did John Moxley's video and stuff when he was coming into AEW?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, would you rather him like he's got to wear a mask anyway because he's a luchador, right? He's got to wear a mask. So would you rather him wear the same type of mask that every other luchador in the world wears, or be Luchasaurus? Like, if you want to stick out, you want to be. I mean, obviously, a 6'5" luchador sticks out.
Right.
But besides that, like you'd be like, hell, you see that luchador wrestle last night? Who? Well, I can't call him Luchasaurus anymore, so I'll call him by his real name. His real name's probably Hispanic. No offense, Luchasaurus, if you ever watched this. I'm not sure. Oh no, Austin Medelson. His name's Austin Medelson. You'd be like, I watched a luchador named Austin.
I didn't say but I didn't. I mean, I said repackage completely. Like
so no.
Andrade was a luchador, and he didn't come to WWE with a mask. Like, they can repackage him. I mean,
that's because he has no fucking soul.
Well,
I mean, that's not fair either.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, like, he obviously enjoys what he's doing, and the whole point of AEW is to enjoy what you're doing. They're not going to force him to repack it.
Unless he wants to. If he wants to, I'm okay with it as well. But
yeah, like
he's great in the ring.
Yeah, like Marco Stunt, somebody got mad because he got squashed by Lance Archer.
Yeah.
And he's like, I asked for that match with Lance Archer. Like if
Marco Stunt knows his place, let's be real. I mean,
yeah.
And he does it well.
Yeah.
That's all that you want in a wrestling.
I mean, I could see AEW coming up with like a light. I mean, obviously, I don't know how because all they do is light heavyweights, but like a light heavyweight championship later on, and Marco Stunt having a chance at that. But other than that, like,
his ceiling's the TNT championship.
He'll hold that TNT championship for a week at some point. Luckily, randomly in a multi-man match somehow, some way. But
like Luchasaurus will like throw him on top of something,
right? And he'll land on top of him and get a quick pin or something.
Yeah, I mean. There's a long way to go with the roster, obviously, so we'll see what happens with Marco Stunt. Next, we have the Bubbly Bunch.
The best!
We have the promo where Trent says Chuck E. Cheese is going to kill people.
Yeah.
People die. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's pretty aggressive in the coronavirus era, bud. Then we get the Bubbly Bunch where they do the Flim Flam.
Flim Flam.
He trademarked that, by the way. I'm
sure, yeah. And then it says not affiliated with TikTok.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's like, let's Flim Flam. Oh, fuck, that was so good.
Yeah.
So good. I love the bottle of the bubbly's down in like the thing now.
They're great.
And then Jericho's like, why do you have to be such a fucking show off, Sammy? It was
so good. The cat
thing. And it focused on the Roomba for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
I was hoping like the Roomba would move and he would like kick it. And then you got Kip Sabian versus Dustin Rhodes. Kip cut an awesome promo.
I fucking told you. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Like, okay, so how much do we hate that they telegraphed the finish of this match? Like,
absolutely.
Going into it, there was a legitimate argument between hardcore wrestling fans of who's going to go over in this match. Like, we all had opinions on this match. And then they announced midway through the week that Dustin Rhodes is going to put his career on the line. And then nobody thought Kip Sabian was going to fucking win.
Right.
So, come on, man. And then they made it their main event. Like, they made the predictable match their main event. Like, come on. Right.
I would tell you this. I knew we argued about this last week. But I'm not a huge fan of Kip Sabian. I know you guys think he's a great star. He's great. I'm not. I don't know why. I watched this match. I was kind of bored of it. I don't know. I don't like his look. You know what I will say though? He's a very he's like the perfect WWE type. Like I feel like he's gonna jump ship.
Except for the fact that he's 190 pounds.
That's fine. I mean they're getting over that little by little.
When? Where?
Finn Balor was the first Universal Champion.
Thank you.
For one night.
That's because he got hurt.
And then they never gave it back to him. But the point is they never gave it back to him.
I don't, like you said, I don't like his stupid-looking face, his glasses. I don't like the way he talks. I don't like his promos. I hate his green boots. I don't know. There's just everything about him I don't like.
There's people like that.
You're
And
so
and
angry.
maybe he'll
Why are
change
you
my
so-
mind. I
Why are
don't
you
know.
so fucking
You know what, I
angry
think-
about this man?
Because you guys told me he was gonna fucking win.
You're happy,
Um,
you're happy about a repackaged Gold Dust beating a boy from the Indies. Like I don't understand why you're. That dude is like a 7-time Intercontinental Champion.
I
And
do want to give credit where credit is due, because I will be the first person to shit on Brandy Rhodes stepping foot in a wrestling ring. She hit a hell of a spear, and I don't know if that is Penelope Ford selling, but that was a good looking spear by Brandy Rhodes.
Yeah,
Good job,
it's
Brandy.
true.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously not on the top of the list for a women's championship match, but I think she would. I mean, she did wrestle right in WWE for like a really short time. So.
Very short, yeah.
She does get involved in a lot of matches. She takes a lot of bumps, so I think that's what she wants to do is get involved when she wants.
I mean, look, her husband can teach her a lot of things, so.
Like how to get a neck tattoo, and
she was totally against that, for the record.
I was gonna say I didn't say she would agree with all of her,
So that was Dynamite. Real quick, guys, I want you guys to tell me your favorite women's match on Dynamite this week.
There wasn't one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, man, we had a tournament going on. I mean, Brandy Rhodes and Penelope Ford did more in like 4 minutes than Raw did for women.
But you know,
Selena Vega is Raw. Are you kidding?
And
right, but I'm saying as far as matches go.
Well, you had Shayna, you had Nia, you
literally said both of those are fucking black holes of charisma. So they're -2.
I didn't say. Well, you had Kairi Sane on the screen still.
Yeah, exactly.
My point is, you still had 2 matches. You have a weak women's division that you're trying to get someone over to face. You didn't have Britt Baker on the fucking show.
But it's the same people on the show every week, and I'm not saying they shouldn't have had one, or they, but maybe they just don't have any of them there. Like if you look at the same team,
this is taped through May, so that we talked about before. This is a detriment to them for sure.
Yeah, there's the same people every week are on the show.
I mean, I think they're focusing more on the tournament than they are everything else right now, and that's where
they don't have Nyla there. I mean,
I still think you need to I think you need to be building someone to face Nyla, because right now we have no one.
I agree with that.
I don't think Nyla defends. I mean, All Out's happening. I don't know.
Well, it is happening. They have announced it. It just.
I think the shit thing is they talked about. Didn't they talk about how they're going to have the card descending orders, like the most important title first or whatever? So I think they're going to have a problem navigating that. I mean, I'll get back to that in a minute, but I think they're all the storylines they're building are in this tournament.
Yeah.
And not even that, they're gonna start building, and they're gonna try to start building for those 6-man tag belts that we know are coming. They have a trio ranking.
I would be okay with Nyla not defending at the pay-per-view if they have a #1 contenders match, but
like a battle royal.
But we're not even there yet. And then you have Britt Baker, who's I think leading that leaderboard. You're not gonna have a heel Britt Baker face Nyla. Like,
I mean,
it just I don't know. If I'm gonna gripe about something, that's what I'm griping about.
I don't think Britt's at the top of the rankings, like win-loss record-wise, but neither was Jake Hager. I mean,
right.
I mean, it's just kind of hard. Like, obviously, because it's pre-taped and everything that's happening. Obviously, we all agree that this is a detriment to them more than WWE.
Anybody. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because WWE, good on them because they're actually still going through. Like every other company has shut down. Like Impact pre-tapes 3 months in advance anyway.
That's nothing. So that's not a change for them, though, is it?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So good on them for actually continuing to tape, like AEW having all this to go through.
Yeah.
Here's the rankings for the women. Hikaru Shida is 7-1. Holy shit!
That's who's gonna face. I was gonna say
Chris Statlander's 2-3. Yuka Sakazaki is 1-1. Britt Baker's 3-3, and Rio's 3-3. Overall, Hikaru Shida is 12-5. The next highest one is Britt Baker at 11-3, and Rio at 11-3, and Nyla's 9-4 overall.
Sarah Logan and Deonna Purrazzo cannot get to AEW fast enough.
I agree. I'm with you on that.
I think they have a lot of talent, and I actually watched like a thing about it. It's from Walt Culture, so it's nothing relevant. But like you said, they do have a lot of talent. They just need to start
showcasing it.
And they need to stop focusing so much on the Yoshi talent, and they call him that. which is fine. They need to start focusing more on the Yoshi talent than the local talent they have. Because Rio, the reason you don't see Rio on TV is because Rio is wrestling for 2 promotions. So like Rio goes to Japan and then can't show up on TV for weeks at a time. Like that's why she like I don't think she had a rematch for her title belt, right? So
I think she did.
I and I could be wrong about this. I thought I heard it. Maybe it was from Cody or something. I was reading about it. Is that they would love to see like I guess the women's only show on AEW eventually. I mean, they have a long way to go.
Long way to get there, yeah.
But
so like
you know,
if they do end up with an actual TV, like another 2-hour TV show, because they got the funding for it. If like this year goes well, because they
already announced it's gonna be an hour.
Right, but I'm saying is like another 2-hour TV show. They could facilitate all the women in a 1-hour match or a 1-hour show, and then still have women's matches on the normal cards too. You know.
Yeah.
But I think and I think Strunk's still right, is it's the time thing. It's WWE has 7 hours of programming to showcase the women they have, and AEW doesn't. AEW's women's roster actually has
I'll argue I'll just play a little bit of a devil's advocate with that. Is do you want to see women that we don't necessarily care about on TV?
But we have to eventually care about someone.
Right. I mean,
is there any of them to care about? Is what I meant to say. Like,
you can build somebody to care about.
Britt Baker is the only other woman I.
Well, if Kushida is going to be the one fighting for the title, we need to see her at least a couple. Yeah. We need to see.
She
her
in the country
times.
Though. Like,
I don't know that. And again, this goes back to this being more of a detriment to what's going on.
Right.
To AEW.
There's 18 women on the AEW roster. 18, including Awesome Kong, who's probably going to retire. So 17, and then if you add Sarah Logan, Deanna Peraza, CJ Miles, that's 20. That's 20 females. That's also including the librarian. Who gives a fuck about the librarian? But anyway. And then
still more recognizable than 16 other women on that roster.
By the way, I meant to bring this up. They actually showed Being the Elite advertisement on TV
for
the 200 episode. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, because it's going to be an actual match, I think.
Yeah,
it is. It's
Matt versus.
It's out. But I find it interesting that they advertised that. We were talking about that. Why don't they put that on TV?
I mean, outside of Nyla Rose and Rio, obviously I watch more indie wrestling than you guys do, and it's totally fine. Like Sadie Gibbs, Penelope Ford, Chris Statlander, Allie. Once Allie actually starts wrestling, and then Big Swole and Bea Priestley. Like they have an awesome roster. It's just they don't have Like they're trying to and obviously they're trying to force a title tournament in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to do that, but once they start doing that, Brandy Rhodes of the Natural Nightmares.
That's what.
Anyway,
she's part of the faction.
Yeah. But anyway, so like once they actually give it time, like I think we'll be fine. It's just we're still 6 months in to TV, so
and they already fumbled. They fumbled the women already once. So. Yep.
Yeah. So they'll probably have like a.
You can't reset right now.
Right. They could honestly do like a tournament based thing for the women's to the women's. If once all in's out or all out's over, all in's over, whatever one it is, they could have a battle royal at the beginning of the show. It says, hey, at the end, the winner of the battle royal will go on to face Nyla after for the women's title later on at the night, because the pay per view is gonna be 3 hours long, 4 hours long. Whoever wins goes to get maybe not squashed, but they're gonna get beat. And then you can do a tournament. And then you could cut vignettes like they've been doing this whole time for the women. And then obviously Penelope Ford's going to be a heel, and Allie's going to be a heel.
It's definitely a project for them, for sure. That they need to build. But anyways, let's see here. We're almost an hour 45 in. Yeah. Any final thoughts going forward? Like anything you're looking forward to here soon?
I am looking forward to Money in the Bank. I'm super excited what they're doing with the actual match. So I mean, that's something to look forward to.
I'm excited for it because it's gonna be different. I feel kind of bad for the wrestlers who actually have to wrestle that night, who are gonna maybe not that night. I don't know if they're gonna do live shows for the people who are actually wrestling matches.
It'll probably be both. It'll probably be some live, some.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I feel bad for the people who have to wrestle there on top of Titan Tower, or not Titan Tower, WWE Tower, freezing their asses off in Connecticut. Obviously, they're doing what they can to survive, and I think it'll be a good show.
Yeah, I do too.
Hopefully, All In's a great show. I think after this tournament's over, because next week is the last of the tournament, and then the following week they go back to live TV. They're saying they're gonna start doing live TV again on the 6th. So hopefully, when they do that, All In's supposed to be on the 20th, so that gives them 2 weeks, or not on the 20th, on the 16th, right? Something like that. So you got 2 weeks, 3 weeks to build a women's feud. So I guess we'll see how these pay-per-views turn out.
All right. Well, with that, we will. So just if you're listening right now, our game plan until they go back to live audiences and crowds, or on non-pay-per-view weeks, we're mostly doing Fridays. If something changes, we might do a couple times a week. But once they go back to live, we're gonna shoot for, I believe, Wednesdays and Fridays. And then obviously with pay-per-views, we'll do something different too. So with that being said, we will be back next Friday, and see you then.
Bye.
Hi.